Howdy, I'm Police Chief Joe P. Lemon from the Brookside, Alabama Police Department. Me and my deputies specialize in policing for profit. So come on down to sunny Brookside, Alabama. Me and my guys have what it takes to take what you've got.
This is in pursuit of a Mazda heading south on 3 Points Road.
Here's the deal.
James Freeman dealt with this the other day, so I encourage you to go look at his video on this subject. But there's this place in Alabama called Brookside. Well, in Brookside, they're busy not serving and protecting, but harassing and collecting. And I mean collecting. Their policing for profit is off the charts. It went up like 640% year over year. But check this out. This article was really interesting. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but look at this. 44,031 shares for this article from, it's called al.com, alabama.com. Says Ramon Perez came to court last Monday ready to fight the tickets he'd been handed by Brookside police, including one for rolling through a stop sign and another for driving 48 in a 40-mile-per-hour zone. He swore he'd seen the cop from a distance and was careful as he braked. I saw him and we looked eye to eye, the Chelsea business owner said. There's no way I was going to run that stop sign. When he got to court on December 2nd, he saw scores of people just like him lining up to stand before Judge Jim Wooten complaining of penny ante crimes and harassment by officers. Apparently, there are a lot of reports coming out of Brookside, Alabama, complaining about these cops, and they keep adding cops to the police force. And we're talking about a town of like 1,300 people, guys. Wait till you see how much money they've generated and collected as they're serving and protecting the constituency over in Brookside. He saw so many people trying to park in the grassy field outside the municipal building that police had to direct traffic. Direct traffic, receive a ticket. He figured there was no point. Quote, I saw the same attitude in every officer and every person, he said. That's why I hesitated to fight. They were doing the same thing to every person that was there. They own the town. So if statism, like we said before, is that brilliant idea that we give a small group of people like these cops right here the right to kidnap, imprison, harass, steal from, and kill people, the reason they give for needing that power is so that they can protect us from people who kidnap, harass, steal from, and kill people while they become the very harassers. There's good old statism for you. Perez, it appears, was right. Months of research and dozens of interviews by AL.com found that Brookside's finances are rocket fueled by tickets and aggressive policing. In a 2-year period between 2018 and 2020, Brookside revenues from fines and forfeitures, remember that's civil asset forfeiture. Almost every president has been, including Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Bush, have been for civil asset forfeiture. That's where they can take your property without even actually saying that you engage in criminal activity. They could just do it carte blanche. They can take your car, they can take your house, they can take the money out of your pocket. One state that's really bad for it, it's the I-40 East and West corridor in Tennessee. Talk about policing for profit on steroids. There you go. Forfeitures soared more than 640% and now make up half the city's total income. Can you imagine? Half of a city's income comes from policing for profit. And the police chief has called for more. The town of 1,253 just north of Birmingham reported just 55 serious crimes to the state in the entire 8-year period between 2011 and 2018. None of them homicides or rapes, but in 2018 it began building a police empire, hiring more and more officers to blanket its 6 miles of roads and a 1.5 mile jurisdiction on Interstate 22. By 2020, Brookside had made more misdemeanor arrests than it had residents. Remember, this is the town of under 1,300 people, guys. That is I live in a small town. My small town has like 15 to 17,000 people in it, depending on if the local college is in session or out, but 1,300 people. It went from towing 50 vehicles in 2018 to 789 in 2020, each carrying fines. That's a 1,478% increase with the 1.7 tows for every household in the town. The growth has come with trouble to match. Brookside officers have been accused in lawsuits of fabricating charges, using racist language, and making up laws to stack counts on passersby. Defendants must pay thousands in fines and fees or pay for costly appeals to state court, and poorer residents or passersby fall into patterns of debt they cannot easily escape. This is literally economic terrorism at the barrel of a state functionary's gun. That's what you have right here. And it's more insidious because you expect these costumed law enforcers to actually be protecting you when they're doing the exact opposite. And it's not just in Brookside, Alabama, guys. This kind of stuff is epidemic pretty much everywhere. Some cities, like this one I hear, it becomes a little bit more obvious. And we wonder why they want to create laws like in Arizona and Oklahoma and Missouri to criminalize you if you decide to get out your video camera and go, you know what, this is criminal activity, I'm going to record it. But then you become the criminal for bringing your portable sunlight and trying to expose the criminal cops. You're the criminal now. See how they turn that around on you? Make you look like you're the crazy one, that you're the criminal, that you're really the offender that needs to be brought to justice. And poor residents or passersby fall into patterns of debt they cannot easily escape. Quote, Brookside is a poster child for policing for profit. You think, Carla? You think? We are not safer because of it. You're actually in greater peril. Talk about taking away quality of life. I wonder how many people have actually been led into bankruptcy because of these costume clowns. It could be more. Brookside now faces at least 5 lawsuits. That's it. Advocates for justice reform, cops in other jurisdictions, even Jefferson County's top law enforcement official have begun to question the town's tactics and its need for an expanding force. Look at the revenues generated. We don't even have the revenue tally for year 2021. I wonder if it just goes parabolic. Probably has. Look, given the last 5 years right here from 2016 through 2020, I have no doubt that 2021 is somewhere up here. No doubt at all. It's my understanding that a guy can go out there and he can fall into a black hole. You know, we've had lots of issues with Brookside. Jefferson County Sheriff Mark Petway said the same. Quote, we get calls about Brookside quite literally because they really go outside their jurisdiction to stop people. Most of the time people get stopped, they're going to get a ticket, and they're saying that they were nowhere near Brookside. Police stops soared between 2018 and 2020. Fines and forfeitures, seizures of cars during traffic stops, among other things, doubled from 2018 to 2019. And in 2020, they came to $610,000. That's 49% of the small town's skyrocketing revenue. Yeah, shocking, you think? So that's Brookside, Alabama. I called James Freeman after I saw his piece on this. And I was like, man, you know what we need to do? We need to set up a sting operation for the Brookside police and just completely record all of their movements and have maybe just, a dedicated website or a dedicated YouTube channel called Brookside Policing for Profit Clowns or something like that. And every single infraction that they say was committed by drivers or whoever or wherever they're trying to extract funds and foist their economic terrorism on, just have a camera everywhere. What I would do if I lived in Brookside is I would be going out yesterday and getting a dash and body cam and record everything. Preferably a dash cam that has GPS monitoring so you can see exactly how fast you were going, at what time, front facing, rear facing, side facing cameras. But you know what states are trying to do? Just like I said, in Arizona, Oklahoma, and Missouri, they're trying to eliminate your freedom, your inalienable right to freedom of the press to expose these cops and bring some semblance of justice on the landscape of America. They want to eliminate that. Why? Because they want to operate in secrecy. They know they're not good guys. Because if they knew they were, or at least if they thought in their hearts that they were good guys, they wouldn't care who recorded them. We made this point in the last video on the Here's the Deal channel. If they were truly good guys, if they really thought that they were heroes, wouldn't they want their images to be broadcast all over the world so people could see what heroes they really are? Instead, they want the exact opposite. They want to be shrouded in darkness. They want the cameras turned off. They want the people who record with those cameras to be criminalized and charged and punished and caged. They want to bring a misdemeanor and then they want to make it a felony. They want to treat you like a criminal because all you wanted to do is hold their feet to the fire and make their department accountable and transparent. But you're the bad guy. You're the bad guy because you want to record costume clown bad guys.